Hello, everyone. Welcome to this special training webinar called Show Me the Money. This is going to focus on our compensation plan with Monat. My name is Jeannie Goski. I'm one of the regional sales managers with Monat, and I'm excited to share this training that I shared with our attendees at our recent regional conference. So I would want to invite you all to sit back and take a look at what I'm going to show you today with a personal eye for where you are in this compensation plan and where you have the chance to be. As we get started, I want to give you an idea of what the money looks like with Monat. And in doing this, I want to look at our average paychecks per month for some significant levels in our compensation plan. So if we take a look first at our market partner level, where everyone begins with Monat, we have an average paycheck per month of about $22. When you move up into managing market partner level, you see a jump in that paycheck monthly to $183. So pretty significant, right? If you move up to the next significant level, which is managing market builder, that paycheck per month average is $1,377 for our MMB. How about that? For our market mentors, when you reach that level, their average paycheck is about $3,108. How about that? And then finally, when we get into the director levels, looking at this particular level of associate executive director, we see an average paycheck of about $7,304 each month. Now, every level in our compensation plan is significant, of course, but these are the levels where we see some significant increases. And as you look at those numbers, what do you see? You know, what we see is that between each of these levels, we see that paycheck double, and there's one spot where that paycheck triples. And that is between the MMP level and the MMB level, where that paycheck goes from about $183 a month to about $1,400 a month. Huge jump, huge jump. Why does that happen? Well, there's some significant things happening in our compensation plan that are contributing to that increase. And I want to show them to you today so you see where they are so you can maximize them as you're doing your business. As we go through here, I want to invite you, again, to think about yourself and have some aha moments. When I asked people at regional conference how comfortable they felt with our compensation plan, I saw about 7 hands of people who said, yep, I feel great about everything in this. And that's the point. That's why we're doing this training. So have some aha moments, get out a pen and paper and write things down. Of course, you have the ability to rewind and re-listen. Use all of this to your advantage so that it can make a difference in your business. This is our compensation plan in a nutshell. It shows you all of the ways that you can earn with Monat. And we're going to go through this, breaking it down with each section so that you can take a look, again, at how this applies to your own business. We're going to start out with personal retail sales and our VIP customer sales. Now, as most of you all know, when you have retail sales from retail customers, you have the chance to earn 30% right up front on those sales. That is your profit. And you have a chance to increase that percentage based on the volume of orders that you turn into Monat every month. And so you see how that breaks down in this chart here. And you have a chance to earn an increment all the way up to an additional 10% on top of that standard 30% in your personal sales commissions. When we look at VIP sales, we know that every VIP that you enroll becomes your partner in loyalty. They become someone who is going to be a reoccurring sale for you. You have a chance to earn 15% on everything that those VIPs purchase as well, including their auto ships, including their one-off orders, anything like that. Now, VIPs, I want to take a minute to talk about them because they are super important as we look at the longevity of your business and moving up in rank advancements in this compensation plan. I want to introduce you to Shelly. Shelly is a brand new market partner that we're going to take a look at in a lot of ways today. Shelly starts out her business in her first month, and she works to get 3 new VIPs to join her in that very first month of business. And you can see when she does that, that contributes to her personal volume. And you see each VIP, when they have their auto ship of at least $99, that's $100 in PV there. And so you see how that contributes to $300 for her in personal volume, not only to her group volume as well. When she continues this habit over the first 3 months of her business, something cool happens. The same VIPs that were with her in month 1, they continue with her in month 2, right, with the same amount of volume based on their signing up for the VIP program. When Shelly continues to add 3 new market partners every month, she has a chance to double her personal volume through those VIPs that she brings in. So she goes from $300 in PV month 1 to $600 in month 2 in PV, and then in $900 in PV in month 3. This continues as Shelly keeps her eye on fortifying that VIP number and that VIP enrollment every month. Now, the place where this becomes significant is twofold. First of all, Shelly will continue to fortify her own personal volume and continue to grow it. And this becomes significant because her personal volume contributes to her group volume. And group volume is something that becomes significant when you're looking at rank advancement later on in our compensation plan. But also, Shelly, as she brings on new market partners to join her in this business, this habit of bringing on VIPs and the regularity of it is what she can pass on to her market partners that join her. And so when those market partners that join her do this, they have a chance to add their personal volume to Shelly's group volume. And so instantly, for instance, if Shelly was doing this alongside of one of her frontline new market partners, instantly her group volume would go from $900 in month 3 up to $1,800 because it'd be her and her new market partner doing the very same thing. So you can see how VIP enrollment is something that compounds. It is also something that becomes a regular sales mechanism to affect that group volume that we're shooting for. So very cool opportunity within our compensation plan. As we move on, I want to go to the sponsor and development section of our 5 Ways to Earn wheel. There are 4 components of the sponsoring and development part of our compensation plan. The first part is our Fast Start and our Fast Builder bonus. And this is a super exciting part of what we offer because the person who's just starting out has a chance to make significant income in their first week of business even. You can see how this breaks down. The Fast Start bonus, it rewards every time a market partner sponsors a new market partner with a product pack. When they join with a $299 product pack, that enrolling market partner earns $100. When the new market partner comes in with a $399 product pack, that sponsoring enrolling market partner that brought that new person in earns $120. So we have 2 levels there based on which product pack that new market partner comes in with. And the earner there is the sponsor, the person who brought that new market partner in. Now, that's for our new market partners in their first 30 days. And that's significant because when we bring in a market partner and they start their business, one of the first things we want them to do is turn around and talk to somebody else about the business. And so we invite them to do this and put a reward behind it so that it gives them that extra oomph, that extra confidence to get out there and do that. The cool thing about the Fast Start bonus is there's no limit on it. So a brand new market partner that comes in, that turns around and sponsors a new market partner, they can do that 2 times, 10 times, 20 times. And every time they do it and bring that new market partner in with a product pack, they earn. And we have some new market partners in Monat that have come in and made thousands of dollars in their first month of business. That is significant in helping people understand what they can do with this business. Now, we also have a Fast Builder bonus, which rewards a new market partner when they bring in 3 new market partners during their first 30 days. And the reason is because 3 is a significant number to us. That is where we truly believe that people are starting to build a team. That's why it's called the Builder bonus. And so we want to give an extra little reward to say, 3 is important, here's an extra $150 for you. Now, Shelly, our friend who's a brand new market partner, she is going to show us what this looks like. So her Fast Start bonus, this shows what happens when Shelly brings John in. Shelly's a new market partner. John is a new market partner that Shelly sponsors, and he comes in with a $3.99 product pack. So Shelly earns a bonus of $120. You see that at the bottom of your screen there. She can do this as many times as she wants to in her first month of business. Now, when Shelly does it 3 times in her first month of business here, you see that she has a chance to compound that bonus. She goes from $120 for bringing John in all the way up to $360 for bringing Susan in with a $3.99 product pack and Maria in with a $3.99 product pack. So pretty cool stuff. Now, also because Shelly brought in 3 new market partners during her first month of business, she gets that Fast Builder bonus, an extra $150 on top of her $360. That gives her a bonus total there of $510. How cool for Shelly in her first month of business. And, you know, when I was at Regional Conference, I asked people, how many of you brought in 1 market partner during your first week, or 2, or 3? And the majority of the people in the room at least brought on 1. And then many, I would say probably 75% of the room, brought on 3 or more in their first week. We know this is a hugely significant thing that we have as part of our compensation plan, and so I invite you to talk about it with the people that join you in your business. If we move on into the next part of our sponsoring and development part of our compensation plan, I want to talk to you about unilevel bonuses for mentoring. Now, unilevel commissions are simply the commissions that you earn as a sponsor of other market partners on your team, and it's based on a percentage of the sales that they bring in during a given time frame. So you see here the chart that we offer in our compensation plan guide, and shows how it grows from each level to each level. I want to tell you in the industry that these percentages are quite generous, and many of these percentages at our lower levels you might see in leadership levels in other companies. I'm excited about that. I think it's a great testimony to what we want to set up for people as far as a successful business. So if we look at this, you can see how the percentages grow not only in number, but also in the levels that you earn percentages on. So for instance, at the managing market partner level there, you see you not only earn 10% on your first line sales, but you also earn 3% on your second line sales. And that's exciting because this continues up the ranks. When we get to the MMP level here, you see that you have a chance to earn on 4 of your lines. Huge, just huge opportunity here. Now, I want to point out one thing that you also see come into play at the managing market builder level. That is the group volume bonus from levels 1 through infinity. You see that in the very last box there at the bottom right, and it says it's 2%. Now, what this means is that when you take the numbers for MMB here, I just took out that small little section, and you see that you make 12% on your first line, 7% on your second line, 5% on your third line, and 3% on your fourth line. When you make each month that $7,000 group volume amount, when you reach that successfully every month, you will earn an extra 2% on every level in your organization. And you see that illustrated here. That takes your percentage that you earn on your first line from 12% to 14%. And then you see it cascade on down the line. How significant is that? When you reach that group volume, we're going to pay you to do that. That is something that you may not have known about. It was a huge aha in the room during my trainings, and I want you to just think about how powerful that is. Do you remember where that jump in paycheck was when I talked to you about that at the beginning of our time today? It happens between managing market partner and managing market builder. Do you think that this could have something to do with this? A lot of us think yes, and I can tell you factually it does. Let me show you something else that might have to do with that as well. It's called the network bonus. And the network bonus is a bonus that's paid on your new market partners during their first 3 months. It's paid to the sponsor of the new market partners. And what's very significant is we pay it on the levels that you have here. So you see an example on your screen right now of the managing market partner. And the managing market partner normally makes 10% on their first line in unilevel commissions, and then they make 3% on their second line. Well, when you add the network bonus, which is going to pay you on the sales of your new market partners in both your first line and your second line, can pay you an extra 5% on their sales. You're looking at a potential of 15% commission on that first line for those new market partners and 8% on your second line in some cases. I mean, this is a huge addition. Take a look at what it looks like with the managing market builder level. We're looking at increases up to 19% on your first line and up to 14% on your second line. That is something else that we know contributes to that huge jump in paycheck between MMP and MMB. And maybe you didn't know this was going on before, but what I love about this is those new market partners that you are helping to join your team, whether it's in your front line, that first line, or whether you're helping some of your first line recruit their first line, you are going to be paid an extra 5% on all of the sales that come in from those new market partners for 3 months, the 3 months that they start their business. Just an exciting extra in our compensation plan. Now, speaking of looking at that jump from MMP to MMB, I want to take a minute to look at our advancement bonuses because they are rich, they are exciting, and you can add a lot of extra income to your monthly paycheck through these. Our advancement bonuses begin at the managing market partner level. You have a chance to earn $150 for ranking up to that level at any time during the first 3 months of your business. The other exciting thing is when you sponsor someone who ranks up to MMP, you also receive a matching bonus of $150 because we know you are going to do some significant work in helping that first line get to that MMP level. You can see how those bonuses continue up the ranks in this chart here. There are time limits on those first 3 rank advancements. Now, a lot of people say, why do we have that there? I want to encourage you that deadlines are not always bad. Sometimes they serve you well, and we know that the most exciting, most significant time for people who come in to do a business with Monat is in their first few months of business. So we want to help them frame up that time by giving them some extra bonuses that they can reach for. And we want to put some walls around that time frame so that they know that not only can they do it, but also that it's something to reach for within a certain amount of time. When you don't give people a deadline, they will take as much runway as you give them. And so we know and have seen that this is significant, and it really does help people frame up and get to these rank advancements in a significant amount of time. It keeps them going, too. It creates a momentum that continues on to the MMB level that you see here. There is no time limit to get to the MMB level, but we know that most people will advance right into that position in the following month after they reach MB. We are excited about what it takes to get to each of these ranks, and you see the chart here on my screen. You can find this in your compensation plan guide as well. Now, we know also that there are significant things that happen as you move up. You see that we add group volume in as a requirement for the MMP level. That includes the personal volume of the sponsor as well as all the sales of the people in that sponsor's organization. If we look at Shelly here, and we take a look at her moving to the MMP level, you see that she pursues this and does it in her first 3 months. This is probably Shelly's second month of business. She has the requirements. If you look at the top chart and then look at what Shelly has in her organization, she does have $600 in PV, which is more than enough for that $300 PV requirement. She has 2 active lines. John is active with $200 in personal volume. That's the minimum for activity. And then Maria is active with $300 in personal volume. Now, Susan, you see she had $100 in PV, but she is not active. She's not active. She still contributes to the whole here, but the bigger thing to note is that she has 2 active lines. All of their sales together total $1,200 in group volume, and Shelly reaches what she needs to promote to MMP to earn that $150 bonus, taking her bonus total from when she began to $660 now. Now, when Shelly moves up to A and B, you see that her bonus continues to grow. You see that she meets the requirements for A and B as they're listed on the screen. The significant addition here is that Maria steps out and sponsors her own market partner, Tiffany, and she becomes an AMP. That's one of the requirements for being an AMP, and so Shelly qualifies in her first 4 months to earn the $150 bonus, taking her bonus total to $810. And then finally, Shelly moves into the market builder level. You see that she continues to meet the requirements as they're listed on the screen here. John starts building his team. Maria continues building hers. And their bonus total, or Shelly's bonus total, reaches over $1,000 here by her 5th month of business. Finally, Shelly reaches managing market builder. And as she sees the organizations develop within her organization under John and under Maria, she has a chance to earn $1,510 for ranking up to MMB. Exciting opportunity for people to do this, happening most of the time within the first 6 months or less for people. $1,500, and this is just the bonuses, y'all, just the bonuses. So very exciting income opportunity. As you look up past MMB into our ranks, you see that the advancement bonuses grow. We had a question that was super, super smart at regional conference asking, why aren't there matching bonuses at these levels of AMM and up? The matching bonuses end at the MMB level for the sponsor who is helping their downline rank advance. And the reason is because MMB is the crux of all of the rest of the titles in our rank advancements, in our compensation plan. If you look at this screen, you see the requirements for each of these upper level ranks. And you'll notice that MMB is significant in every single one of them. Now, the thing to think about is that the MMBs that we develop at the beginning of our business are going to continue moving up the ranks, right? So we have to be developing new MMBs throughout our career. It's a regular refill work that we're going to be doing. And so those matching bonuses stopping at MMB and also being, may I add, the highest at MMB. It's a $500 matching bonus for the sponsor who develops an MMB. So every time that occurs, there's a $500 boost. That's because that is the work that is going to contribute to the movement up these upper level top leader ranks in our company. All right, I also want to talk about the builder bonus. This is an exciting opportunity that we have in our company to frame up your activity as a market partner. The silver bonus is based on a formula of 3 + 1 = 500. And very simply, you see put on the page here that when you enroll 3 new VIPs and 1 new market partner in 2 consecutive months, you can earn $150 extra in addition to anything else that you are earning. When you have 2 people in your first line who do this very same activity in the very same time frame, you will earn $350 more for a total of $500 for the silver 2 bonus. Here's how it looks when you do it. You see you in the middle there bringing on 1 MP above you, and then you have the 3 VIPs below. You do this for 2 consecutive months in a row, and you earn $150. Here's what it looks like when you do it with your team as well. When they do it, they earn $150. When you have it done alongside of them, you earn that extra $350 along with your $150 for a total of $500. If we look at the platinum bonus, which is also a part of our builder bonus plan, this is based on 3 + 3 = $1,000. And here's how it works. When you enroll 3 new VIPs and 3 new market partners for 2 consecutive months, you earn $350. And when you have 2 of your first line market partners who do the very same activity in the very same time frame, they will earn $350 and you will earn $650 more for a total of $1,000. Here's how it looks when you do it. You earn that $350. And here's how it looks when you and your 2 first-line market partners do it as well. They have a chance to earn that $350 for doing this. And how is this going to strengthen your organization to have you and 2 of your frontline market partners doing this activity? I mean, can you imagine? That's bringing on 9 new market partners inside of 1 month after another month for a total of 18 new market partners over a 2-month time. Is that going to make a significant difference in the strength of your organization, in the group volume that you're trying to build? And like I said before about VIPs, having those 18 new VIPs contribute to that group volume is going to be super significant. Now, here's what I want to show you about the Builder Bonus. The Builder Bonus builds on itself, and you have a chance to earn every single month from doing this activity. If we look at this chart and we think about Shelly, our new market partner, she enrolls in December. And in our compensation plan, when you enroll, your enrollment month plus your first full calendar month equal your first full month with Monat. So you see that represented with December plus January, and you see the numbers that Shelly did in December and January added together. So you see those demonstrated there with the red pluses. That would be our first month in the Builder Bonus system. If we look to February, Shelly does 6 new market partners, brings in six new market partners, and she brings in 6 new VIPs. Now, when February is done, the system will look back at the month before and say, did she do this same activity or at least something that ranks in the Builder Bonus system? And she did. She did 6 plus 6 in December and January, and she did 6 plus 6 in February. So Shelly will earn $700 because she's doing the Platinum Bonus times 2. We call that double Platinum. And so she earns her $350 for doing Platinum, but she gets it times 2 because instead of doing 3 plus 3, she did 6 plus 6. How cool is that? Now, if we move on to March, Shelly brings in 1 new market partner during that month and 3 new VIPs, which of course is our silver numbers. The system will look back at February and say, did Shelly do the same activity in the month of February? And of course, she did more than that, but because March's numbers look like 3 plus 1, the system puts her in a silver bonus of $150. But she earns it that month right after she earned that double Platinum. If we move to April, Shelly had a fantastic month. She brought on 10 new market partners and 9 new VIPs. The system will look back at March and say, did Shelly do this same activity? And as we know in March, she did silver activity. In April, Shelly at least did silver activity. And so the system will pay her for that silver bonus, another $150 in April. In May, she had another fantastic month, brought on 9 new market partners and 9 new VIPs. And she matched what she did in April. And so the system looks back and says these two months match. She has a chance to earn triple Platinum numbers for a bonus of $1,050. Exciting there. Now, in June, Shelly doesn't bring on any new market partners, and she only brings on 2 VIPs. So what the system sees is that she did not reach at least 3 plus 1 in that month, and that knocks Shelly out of the rhythm that she had for builder bonuses. And that means that Shelly in July and August has to come back and for 2 months in a row reestablish the rhythm. So you see in July she comes back and she enrolls 6 new market partners and 4 new VIPs. The system looks at what she did that month and the month before, and she did not have a chance to match those, so the system does not pay her in July. But if we look in August, we see that Shelly brought on 3 new market partners and 3 new VIPs. And because she did that in that month, and the system looks back to July and sees, yep, she at least did that in the month before, the system pays her in the month of August for that Platinum bonus of at least 3 plus 3 for a bonus of $350. So hopefully laying out this example shows you how these builder bonuses can compound upon each other. And it gives you a chance to understand that this is a monthly bonus when you keep that rhythm going. Finally, I want to talk to you about our Founders Pool and another exciting opportunity we have called a consistency pool. The Founders Pool is an exciting opportunity for any market partner who joins us before October 1st of 2015. That market partner will have 1 year from the date of their enrollment, as long as it falls before that date of October 1st, 2015, to reach the founder level. And our founder level occurs at the market mentor rank in our compensation plan. When you reach founder, you have a chance to participate in our Founders Pool. The Founders Pool will be a pool of volume that comes from 1% of our commissionable sales in the company. We will take 1% of those commissionable sales, we will put them in a pool, and we will divide them amongst the founders who qualify for these shares to be paid out. The significant thing about Founder Pool is that our group of founders will eventually close. It will cease growing, okay? That's exciting to think about when you think about the fact that the commissionable volume of our company will not cease growing. It will continue to grow as our company grows. So that group of founders that make that rank in the given time frame that they have will have a chance to participate in increased profits and increased profit sharing over the life of our company. Now, beyond the Founders Pool, another thing that all market partners have a chance to participate in, and this is particularly significant when you think about talking to people about becoming a market partner after October 1st, when the founder opportunity ends. The consistency pool will remain for everyone. And the way that works is we'll take a percentage of commissionable volume, create a separate pool, and people based on their rank, as you see on the chart, will have a chance to earn profit sharing shares from that pool as well. You know, that pool is affected by the same growth that our company is going to have over time, and people have the chance to earn in a hugely significant way as they rank up into our top leader levels. So very generous, very unique, very progressive additions to our compensation plan for anyone who wants to pursue these ranks with our company. Very exciting. Well, I'm excited that we had a chance to talk about a lot of this stuff today. We went into a lot of detail. There may be still some questions that you have about you, where you are in the compensation plan, what you need to do to reach your next level. But I want you to take some time to identify that. Identify what the requirements are for your next level. Identify what happens to your paycheck when you get to that level. Remember those average paycheck amounts I told you at the beginning? How could moving from MMP to MMB be a significant thing for you and your family and your income? What do you want to look at on your calendar as a goal date to reach your next level in this compensation plan? Again, to my point about deadlines, I want to encourage everyone on this call to think about when do I want to do that? Set a date. And what we know is that when you do that, you may or may not make it by that date, but you certainly are going to make it further than if you don't set a deadline. Like I said before, if you give yourself an infinite runway, you will stay on the ground. But give yourself a deadline to get up in the air and to get things moving here, and let's see what happens. I want to invite you to share with the person who brought you in, either your sponsor or maybe your upline leader, or maybe your founder, or even me, your RSM or one of the other RSMs that's out there. We want to help you get into this compensation plan and move up into all the benefits that are available for you. Finally, I want to turn your attention to our compensation plan for more detail. You can find that in our resource library in the back office. All right, everyone. Well, thanks again for taking the time to listen, and I'm excited for you to go find the money that's available for you in this compensation plan with Monat. Have a great day.